Hey, welcome back. This is the Restoring Warriors Daily Devotional. Hey, before we jump in today, I want to invite you to go find the Restoring Warriors Daily Devotional on your favorite podcast platform, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, whatever you use, you'll find us there. Make sure you subscribe, rate us 5 stars. We would love if you could share it with a friend. Let's jump back in. We're in Matthew chapter 13, and today we're in verses 13 and 14. And Jesus says this, "This is why I speak to them in parables. Though seeing, they do not see. Though hearing, they do not hear or understand. In them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah. You will be ever hearing, but never understanding. You will be ever seeing, but never perceiving." Man, I just love how Jesus has this tendency to just meet people exactly where they are. And he does this a lot. When he steps into explanation mode, when he starts explaining what all of these parables mean, he starts teaching in ways that are relatable and ways that are digestible. And it reminds me a little bit of getting down on a knee and talking to my 5-year-old son, right? I could say things in adult terms. I can explain it to him the same way I would explain it to a coworker. But what good would that really do? So instead, I get down to his level, right? I get on a knee, I get low, I speak really slowly, and I start to use words that he can understand. And in that moment, something beautiful happens during that exchange. Trust is built. It promotes connection, and it strengthens the relationship that I have with them. And Jesus did this oftentimes with his disciples. He didn't speak in parables to start confusing everybody and make them wonder like, hey, what is this crazy riddle? He spoke in a way so that those who truly wanted to hear from him, those who truly wanted to understand, had an opportunity to do so. But Jesus also acknowledged that many people had already closed their ears. They had already closed themselves off to the message that he was delivering. Their eyes worked, but they couldn't see what was unfolding right there in front of them. Their ears heard the words, but their heart, which is the real peace in change, right? It's the real peace. It's the peace in place that starts real change, wasn't engaged with what they were hearing. So what does Jesus do? He doesn't just give up on them. He doesn't just write them off. No, he starts telling stories. He starts telling relatable stories, not just anything, but stories that the people of the time could really get behind. Something that was super familiar. It was gardening, it was fishing, it was farming, it was family. He brought heaven's mysteries down to earth so that anybody who was willing to listen could have a shot at understanding exactly what the kingdom of heaven was like. And he still does that in our lives today. He meets us on the job site. He meets us in the gym, in traffic. He meets us in the middle of a tough situation, in a tough moment with our kids. He leans down and he said, "Hey, this is how my kingdom works. Are you ready to listen?" All right, now it's time to pull out your journal. We're going to do some reflection questions, all right? 3 questions designed to bring some things to the surface. Okay, take 3 to 5 minutes, journal on each of these questions, and I ask you, go deep. Ask God to convict you with something here and see what comes up. Number 1, have I become so familiar with the word that I've stopped truly listening for understanding? Number 2, where in my life is Jesus trying to explain something to me in a way that I'm just not perceiving? Number 3, how can I slow down this week? How can I slow down to actually hear his voice and receive Jesus' truth, receive his truth like a child? All right, so here's your challenge for the day. We do these challenges because it helps us grow as men. When you get a little uncomfortable, when you challenge yourself a little bit, that's where the real growth starts happening. Here's your challenge. Take a parable from Jesus. It can be any parable, any of the dozens that he spoke. It could be this one from today. And I want you to take that parable. I want you to read through it. I want you to ask God to speak it through you with fresh ears. Ask him to interpret it to you in a way that you've never felt before, that you've never experienced before. And I want you to write down what stands out. What are you learning? What are you hearing from God? And then I want you to share it with somebody. Let the simplicity of his teaching hit you in a whole new way. Finally, a prayer for today and a prayer to tune your hearts for this challenge. Jesus, thank you for speaking in ways I can understand. Thank you for not staying far off, but for kneeling down to my level, using the ordinary to explain the eternal. Soften my heart to hear you clearly. Help me not just see miracles, but understand their purpose. Help me not just hear truth, but to live in it. I want to be a man who listens deeply, responds fully, and trusts you completely. Amen. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. If you felt encouraged by this devotional, I encourage you, send it off to a friend. Make sure you find us on all of your podcasting platforms. It's the Restoring Warriors Daily Devotional. Hey, head over to our website, restoringwarriors.com. Hit the Daily Devotional tab. Type your email address in and subscribe, and we'll send this to you Monday through Friday, first thing in the morning, so you can start your day off with some positivity. We're so thankful you're here. Hope you have a blessed day, and we can't wait to see you on the next one.